We are recording Sisterhood Team Call March 3rd. Super excited for tonight. I'm not sure if I see Keichun on yet, but let's start with recognition. Take yourself off mute if you have someone to recognize.
I'll go. I want to shout out my coach, Jen Topping. She has been absolutely amazing. She hit SC this month. When she first started coaching, she started her own community like right off the bat. She's killing her free groups, and she's trying her first free group in BOD and has said that those are amazing. So I'm going to have her come on to our Fire and Freedom coach chat afterwards and like basically tell us everything she knows about doing a free group in BOD. That works really well so that we can all learn from her. But super just proud of you, Jen. Good job.
I'll go. I have a few people I want to shout out. My coach, Franny, hit Success Club for the first time in February. She really put her head down and started to get to work. So I'm so proud of you, Franny. Way to go. And then I also want to give a huge shout out to one of the newer coaches in my downline. Her name is Tessa. She just finished up the February training, and she's absolutely killing it on social media. She is so natural in front of the camera, talking to the camera, sharing what she's doing, providing so much value. She is a huge contributor in our free group right now. And honestly, Tessa, I just can't wait to see where you go with this. Way to go, girl.
So amazing. I'd love to shout out Marina. You are a 1-star diamond qualifier. Woo-hoo! So exciting, right? Woo! I love everything that you're doing. You pour so much into your community. I love watching your team of coaches grow and grow and grow. There's so much passion there, and there is so much potential, and you girls are total rock stars. So this is a massive congrats to you and your team.
All right, I want to go. I want to shout out my coach, Celia. She worked so hard for team. Oh, I want to shout out my team cup, but specifically my coach, Celia. She worked so hard for Team Cup. She hit SC for the first time. She's working at branding herself and starting her own community. And I can't wait to see where this takes you.
I'd like to shout out my sister and partner, Kim, who hit SC for the first time in February as well. And she has been amazing and motivating and just so awesome to watch. And I'm inspired by her.
I'll go. I just want to shout out Heather Hogg. This is her very first Sister Coach call. She just joined on the March 1st, and we've known each other since, it's got to be at least like 8 years now. And I'm just super excited for her to see where she takes this, and she's a natural already, so.
I'll go super quick. I have another coach I'd like to shout out off of Chantal's, a brand new coach that's on her first team call tonight, Megan. I am so excited to welcome to the community. She has been like guns blazing out the gate. There's already some SC points on the board, and she's going for Emerald. I'm so freaking proud of you. I can't wait to see where you take this.
I'll go. I'd like to shout out my coach, Sarah Bashara. Sarah had a record February. She hit SC10 for the first time. So I'm so proud of you, Sarah. You put your foot on the pedal in Team Cup and never let up. And I am so proud of you. And Laura Grills also hit a record SC of SC14, and she is stepping up as a leader. And Laura, you are talking tomorrow at 12:15 in the coach page. So everybody check it out. I am so proud of you, Laura, for your leadership on this team. So way to go, girls. Keep crushing it.
Okay, can I just say, oh, sorry, I interrupted somebody. You go ahead.
Sorry, Erin. I just want to shout out my first working coach who, her name is Samantha, and she hit Emerald and SC6 this month, all in the first month. So way to go, Samantha. You're crushing it. And this is just so much fun, especially as my first working coach, to do it together, and I love it. Thank you.
Okay. Like Courtney put out the leaderboard from February, and it like I couldn't even bring myself to comment because I was literally going to be tagging every single coach in the sisterhood. We had 75, I counted,
there was over 75 of you who hit Success Club in February. Like, that is amazing, guys. Like, that is huge. That's not even including everybody who was at SC2, SC4, like all the life changers, because there literally wasn't room enough to put everybody on the board. Like, you guys are so amazing and having such big impact on people's lives. And I'm just like, so proud. I could shout out every single one of you. So excited.
I totally agree. I'm going to give it one more sec. Does anybody else want to shout out before?
I do. Sorry, I'm momming life here. So I just want to shout out Clarissa Arthur. She's my new coach. She's a longtime friend. And I just want to say welcome to the team. I'm so pumped that you're here.
I just want to shout out Lynn's. She started this coaching business in January, and she has been crushing it. She's been going all in. She opened up her own community in bod groups, and she's really just thriving. And I really have been loving linking arms with you, Lynn's.
I hopped on a bit late, but I just wanted to shout out, I shouted it out on the coaches page already, but my entire team cup, all 5 of us hit SC last month. So Renee, Kristen, Lauren, and Steph, you guys pushed it super hard and we did it. So super proud of you guys.
That's incredible. Jen, you guys killed it. All 5 of you in SC. I'm so, so proud of your team. I also want to shout out our coach of the month, Megan Foran, who has only been coaching a couple months and was at the top of the leaderboard. Congratulations. Super excited for you. And the rookie of the month for February, which was Ashley Yu. I just went and creeped out your social media today, and I was so impressed. Like, starting a business and going all in takes guts and vulnerability, and Ashley really freaking did the things, guys. If you're sitting around wondering, like, why am I not finding success? Go check Ashley's page. Are you being like Ashley, like doing all the things? I'm so, so impressed and proud of you. And I also wanted to shout out my own team cup. You can sis with us. I'm super proud of all the ladies that I had the pleasure of being in that pod with this month, and not to toot my own horn, but I think we won. Sisterhood team #1. And Amanda Flores for going Emerald tomorrow. Super proud of you and everything you are doing. I love what you're building in your community. But guys, we have something super, super special for you tonight. Keichun is graciously speaking to us. She is from corporate Beachbody, and I had my first experience of seeing Keichun speak at Leadership in 2019, right before, or was it 2019? Yeah. And she came on stage and it was just like, whoa. Like one of those people that light just shines so freaking bright, and she just brings the fire every time she speaks. I've been able to hear her speak a couple times since, and every single time I'm just like, I want to be closer to you. So a couple months ago, I got an email from Keichun, and it was a general email, and she had just sort of said like, hey, I'm in charge of coach development on the West Coast. If you are 5-star or above, let's connect. And I was like, yes, I'm in. So I connected with Keichun, and we started to work together, and I am so, so excited to have her speak to the team tonight. I told her that out of the 550 coaches in our team page, 3 people have been to Summit. 3 out of 550, and that hurts my soul. So I want you guys to feel a little bit of how incredible Beachbody Corporate is tonight, and just get excited for what is inevitable that we are back together. So I'm going to step out of the way. Keichun, the floor is yours.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Courtney and Aaron. I'm super honored to be here. I'm super excited to talk to this team. And I'm like, my cheeks are hurting already. I love the fact that you guys start your calls with shout outs. And I was getting chills thinking about the impact that you guys are making and what all of those numbers and that recognition, what all of it means. And so just want to say congratulations to all of you, especially to the new coaches. Welcome to this team. Clearly you are on like one of these incredible teams that's truly like walking the walk and talking the talk of impacting lives. So just my cheeks hurt and I'm super pumped to talk a little bit about vision and goal. And you know, when Courtney mentioned that only a handful had been to a live event, I was like, oh man, if you guys are already making impacts like this and really connecting and having this sisterhood like this, I cannot even imagine what it's going to be like when you actually meet in person. Like, how many of you, let me know in the chat, how many of you have met each other in person? Like, are there people that you are like, that is my girl, that's my friend, I couldn't imagine life without her, and you haven't even met her in person yet? Like, let me know, because I just think that if you guys are already making the impact collectively right now, then you just hold your horses. You just wait until we get to a live event, because it's going to empower you and encourage you to get to a whole nother level of evolution for yourself holistically. So I'm super excited to be able to meet and touch and hug. I'm a hugger, y'all. I'm a high fiver in person again. And it will happen soon. Like we are, one thing about Beachbody that I love is that we figure out how to make it happen. So I believe it's going to happen very, very soon. So I think that this business, especially knowing all that we know, and with you guys maybe not even knowing each other in real life yet, I think that this business is really like jumping out of an airplane. which maybe sounds a little bit dramatic. And so I'm going to share my story of the first time I ever went skydiving and how I think it aligns really, really well with advancing to your next level in life, using this sisterhood, this community, and using this Beachbody business opportunity. So the first time I ever went skydiving, it was completely on a whim. Like, it was like one day I just literally said, I think I'm going to go skydiving today. That's how it happened. I had just moved to Utah and I met this guy at the grocery store, and he was an avid jumper, and he invited me to come up to the hangar anytime. And after that meeting, we kept in touch often over the coming weeks, over the coming months. And then just one day I was just like, you know what? I think today's going to be the day. So I called him and he was like, yeah, come up to the hangar. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go skydiving. So I started driving. It was like about an hour away from where I live to get to the hangar. So 45 minutes into the drive, I'm like, I should probably call my mom. So I called my mom and I'm like, hey, you know, I'm going to be jumping out of an airplane. No, like right now, like today. Yep. And like I had to hurry up and get off the phone before like she tried to talk me out of it or anything like that. And so then I get to the hangar and they're yelling out, your plane is ready, gear up. And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Because, you know, in the movies, it's like this whole long drawn out process where there's all these training videos and you're sitting in there for like a half a day watching training videos at least. And then there's thick paperwork that you have to read through. And there's all these waivers that you have to sign, like the whole nine. And I'm looking for it like how it is in the movies. And so I'm like, hold on now. Wait a minute, where's the stuff? How do I even gear up? And my friend comes over, he's like, okay, this is what we're about to do. And he kind of explains it. And he's like, put your gear on like this, your hat, your goggles, these little things that go over your clothes, tie up your shoes real tight. He gives me this piece of paper and it kind of explains just a little bit what we're about to do. And then he gives me a waiver, tells me to sign. He's like, all right, that's all you need. Let's go. And I'm like, okay, I felt a little bit better. Still was on a whim though. But I'm trusting because he had been jumping thousands of times out of the same plane. And the person that I was attached to was an avid jumper who had jumped thousands of times also. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to trust it. And so we get up, we, take off in the airplane, and we get up to that altitude where you're able to start jumping out of the plane, and it's time to fly. And all of a sudden they like lift up this plastic door that's in the airplane, and we're just in the middle of the clouds, right? And his friends, they're starting to jump out the airplane, and they're like hanging on the side of the airplane with one arm and like doing these kind of moves. And they're starting to somersault and do backflips and front flips outside of the airplane. I'm like, oh my goodness, they have definitely done this before. And I'm just attached to this guy, thank goodness, who had been jumping thousands of times for many of years. And I am like scared. Like, when you have to emphasize something, so you say it twice. Like, I was scared. And after watching all of the guys that we were up there with dive into this blue sky, like they were synchronized cloud swimmers or something, it was my turn. And so I tiptoe my way to the edge of the plane, and he's like, 1 pump, 2 pumps, and then we're just out. And I'm like, what happened to 3 pumps? And we're just flying through the sky, through the clouds, and I'm scared, but I'm loving it, and I'm appreciating all the beauty. Like, it's in Utah, we're above all these beautiful mountains. I'm appreciating all of God's glory, and thank goodness I'm strapped to this guy, because I definitely would have been less likely to jump if I hadn't been. But then we met up in the sky with our friends, and we're like touching hands and doing fist bumps and peace signs and thumbs ups, and then it happened. Because nobody told me to wear a face cover. And they didn't tell me to clench my jaws and scream through my teeth if I couldn't breathe up there. And so it happened. In the sky, plunging down to the ground, my breath was literally taken away. I couldn't breathe. And I felt like I was dying. And I was like, oh, no, this is not the way it's going to end. And so the guy, as we're going down, he's like asking me thumbs up, thumbs down. And for a minute there, I'm like, heck yeah, thumbs up. Like, I'm appreciating this. And then somewhere in between, I'm like, is this death? Is this death that's near? And so I'm like, okay, I don't know if this is quite it. So I'm like, thumbs medium. And then I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this is death. Okay, yeah, thumbs down. Take me down right now. And so, at that moment, he's like, he does this little motion with his arm, and we say goodbye to our friends, and they kept it moving, and he released the parachute. And it was like a rebirth. And I could breathe again. And I took a few moments to catch my breath, and I was able to take in all that beauty again. I was skydiving, y'all, living my best life, doing something that I had always wanted to do on a whim, no less. It happened real quickly. And it was at that moment that I realized, heck yes, I would do this again. I would just be better prepared next time, knowing that there would be this roller coaster of skydiving. And I did go again. I went skydiving a second time. And the second time I went, I took my siblings with me. And I was able to share with them some of the ways to better prepare, some of the mistakes that I made so that they can have a more successful jump. And they jumped, and we did it together. And it was a memory that I will always cherish. But maybe you're already beginning to parallel that jump to your Beachbody business. But as I reflected on those moments, these were some of the things that I felt really closely aligned with what you guys do as coaches. 1, you start with your vision. Many coaches get started for selfish reasons, and there is nothing wrong with that. You want to lose weight, gain muscle, do better, feel better, earn more. And as you begin to accomplish those things and accomplish that vision, you want to help other people do the same thing. And to be a part of this amazing, uplifting sisterhood of a community that you guys have built together that creates space for people to take their leaps of faith towards their vision. And maybe it happened fast for you. Like one day you're who you were, and then the next day you're completely unrecognizable to yourself and to the people around you. They're like, oh girl, what are you doing? Okay, I see you. And you're over here becoming the best version of you, and you're watching it unfold right before your eyes. Go with it. Casting your vision is one of the first steps as an entrepreneur, as a Beachbody coach, but it doesn't mean that you have to see it all clearly right now in order to begin to walk towards your purpose. And if you haven't, identify your personal vision, your personal ultimate or next level vision for yourself, and then align it with your Beachbody vision for yourself and for your team, because Beachbody is the vessel for you to reach your personal vision that you have for yourself. Beachbody is the vessel for you to become all that you desire to be and fulfilling that vision and that evolution that you have. And know that your vision will evolve as you evolve. And so what are your goals? Like, what is your leap? What are you jumping towards? And again, I'm talking about your personal goals and then your Beachbody goals that you'll use as the vessel to reach those personal goals. I like to train on goal setting in what's called the 3-2-1-100 method. So we start on ourselves. Well, first of all, let me back up. We're going to brain dump all of our goals, knowing that we have our personal goals and knowing that we're going to come up with our Beachbody goals in order to reach our personal goals. We're going to get all of our goals out of our head, brain dump them, put them on a piece of paper, get them out your head. And then we're going to begin to focus on just a few of them at a time. So we start with us. We always start with ourselves. We work on ourselves harder and first. And so we're going to set 3 personal goals. Now, your personal goals, again, this is you. This is whatever you and your family have kind of identified. These are your finance goals. Typically, I hear most people will set. These are your, relationship goals, your confidence goals. What are your personal goals? Like, what do you want to do personally? I've seen people do some incredible things using Beachbody as a vessel. And then once you identify those 3 personal goals, then we're going to identify 2 Beachbody goals that will take you to the attainment of those personal goals. Now, these are 2 goals that you are going to make a non-negotiable. Meaning, if you already have goals that are like non-negotiables for you, those aren't 2 new Beachbody goals that you're focusing on. We want 2 new Beachbody goals. So like, for instance, if Success Club is already something that you make happen, it's a thing that you do every single month. You wake up just like everyone at 0 on the first of the month, but you make sure that no matter what, you are helping at least 3 new people by the end of that month. If that's one of your dues, your non-negotiable goals, that is not one that we're going to make as a new Beachbody goal. So we'll have to set 2 new Beachbody goals to make them non-negotiables. So what are your 2 Beachbody goals that will drive you towards the attainment of your personal goals? And then we're also going to set one other goal. Now, your other goals, these are goals like your self-care, your community service. These are joy or fun goals, travel, hobbies. Like, I'll talk to coaches and I'll be like, okay, so talk to me. What are your hobbies? And they're like, Beachbody is my hobby. And I'm like, I appreciate the fact that you're all in, but you got to have something, you got to have a hobby now. And the reason why is, 1, because it helps us stay rooted in joy, because that's important to stay rooted in joy. But also, as network marketers, our network truly equals our net worth. So not only are we staying rooted in joy, but we're allowing ourselves to meet new people by having these new hobbies. I have a friend who enjoys traveling. Obviously, COVID has hindered a lot of people from being able to travel as they used to travel. And she lives here in California, and she has been traveling virtually. She joined this subscription box company, and they travel through a virtual reality. So they send them a box. Like, she went to Switzerland I keep saying a few weeks, but at this point it was a couple months ago. But she went to Switzerland with this group, and they sent her a subscription box, and then they sent her packages from all of the places that they're going to visit. And then they go through this virtual reality tour of Switzerland. And then as they stop in these places, they are able to look around and they see the store, they see the little whatever it is. And then they say, okay, open up your bag from such and such. That candy or that chocolate was made right here where you're standing right now, but it's all virtual reality. And she's met people who are like-minded. And so she's like meeting people who are like her. And so not only does it give her an opportunity to meet people and expand her network, but it also gives her something cool to talk about on social media. So the real reason why we want to set these other type of goals is to stay rooted in joy, but there are some other things that happen because of it. And then the 100 comes back to every 100 days, we're going to go back to the strategy, because we know that we're going to set the goals, but then we're going to break them down. We're going to break them down into bite-sized pieces. We're going to make them SMART goals, if you've heard that term before. And essentially that SMART goal is an acronym to help you figure out how to break it down into smaller, attainable pieces that allows it to be probable to happen. Like, meaning, an example, if I'm just going to use 15 stars because they say don't do math on the top of your head, and it's just a little easier. So let's say 15 stars your goal, and you're diamond right now, and you bring in one new business building coach every month who is going diamond too. Well, if you're diamond right now, your goal is 15 star by the end of the year, and you're only bringing in one new diamond a month, 15, we're gonna have to change something. So that creating those SMART goals allows us to make sure that these goals are probable to happen, realistic to happen. So SMART goals also allows us to have these wins along the way, breaks the goal down. It gives us something to focus on in order to reach our goal. The goal happening is a byproduct of us focusing on the strategy. And then going even deeper than that, as far as the strategy, is using that Success Club system tracker. So every 100 days, though, we're going to go back to that strategy that you identified. Is it working for you? Do we need to course correct? How are we doing towards the goals? Do our actions match the goal? Is it still realistic? Is it still a desire for you? And in those 100 days, let's say you're crushing it. You're on your way. It's a 100-day check-in for an annual goal, for a quarterly goal, or for an annual goal or quarterly goal. And so you celebrate in the 100 days too, to make sure that you're patting yourself on the back and reminding yourself that you are in the pursuit of reaching your desires. So that's the 3-2-1-100 method that I like to teach. So 3 personal goals, 2 Beachbody goals that will take you to the attainment of your personal goals, and then 1 other goal. And once you know them, reverse engineer them to make them attainable, and then share them. And as you are building your team, asking your team what their vision is, their personal vision, what their personal goals are, and then helping them identify the Beachbody goals in order to reach it. And then we link arms and we collectively do the things, the strategy, because working the strategy is what takes you to, focusing on the strategies is what takes you to the attainment of the goal, not focusing on the goal itself. I can't stress that enough, because I've had so many people who only focus on the goal and then they end up falling short. Working the strategies gets you to the attainment of the goal. But we link arms and we jump together, and we focus on that strategy that will lead you to the attainment of those goals together. And then you jump. There's really no real thing as training. It's on the job training in entrepreneurship. It's learning as you go. It's mastering the practice of leading yourself and having a boss mindset about doing the things you know you need to do in order to become all that you desire. And knowing that you are on literally one of the best teams in this network and one of the most incredible organizations in network marketing. I know that you have the resources at your fingertips. And so it's using them. It's about leading by example and helping your coaches use those resources in order to learn how to lead themselves like a boss, no matter what. It's taking action, regardless of what you think you don't know or what you think you need to know in order to reach your goals, and so on and so on. And it's taking action and having a relentless belief that you can do this, that you can reach your desired success, that you can create the team of leaders and the team of teams and the group of people who are changing lives, starting with their own. It's taking action and engaging in the activities to grow your personal business. And the best way to do that is by using the Success Club System Tracker daily, but like a boss. And what I mean by that is we're not just doing it to do it. Like, we're doing it with passion and enthusiasm and with pride, and not just to check it off. and understanding what's going to have the greatest return. Like, let's say you are really building in pockets of time. I saw someone say, you know, we got new moms on this call. You know, you're really building in the pockets of time while you're trying to figure out this newness of life for you, this new level of life for you. So understanding what those business, I've heard it called income producing activities, what those high business producing activities are. And at the end of the day, if that's all we can do in that section 2, right, of the Successful System Tracker, then that's what we did. And here's a weight lifted off your shoulders. You can build this business however you want. Like, hello. Welcome to entrepreneurship. You've partnered with us, but you can build this business however you want. I work with a coach. She's a brand new mom. She's dealt with a lot of grief over the last, grieving over the last year. And she mentioned that she doesn't start social media until 6 p.m. So at 6 p.m., that's when you'll see her, that she was up at 5:30 doing her workout. She posts everything from her day at 6 p.m. She is a 2-time elite coach. Like, there's no right or wrong way to do it. Consistency gets to be defined by you. We know that we have to be consistent, but you get to define consistency for yourself. And so that's what I mean by having a boss mindset. You don't have to do it the way that Gabrielle does it, or Kylie does it, or Courtney does it, or Aaron does it. We just know the things that we need to do. And then we get to set up our own schedule, what consistency means for us, and then we do it like a boss, because we are a boss, and we do it with pride and with passion and with enthusiasm. Everything that coaches are doing in order to reach their desired success is right there. It's right in those 4 vital behaviors. And then you share it with your team, you share it with your coaches, and you link arms and you do it together. And you lean in on the systems that are already created for you in this team. You do not have to recreate it. A lot of times we like to make things harder than what they are. Your team has bumped their head so that you don't have to recreate systems and calendars and action hours. And maybe you're like, I need to get back in it. Get back in it. Chances are your team has some action hours for you to jump back in. You don't have to recreate what a getting started right looks like. You don't have to recreate any of that. Your team has it. I bet money on it. But if you're not willing to be the type of coach that has a boss mindset towards defining consistency for you and showing up in that way, I'm going to give some tough love. But what makes you think you're going to attract them? Now, I'm not saying that you have to do it perfectly, but doing it relentlessly and doing it with an enthusiastic obsession, knowing that there will be some months where you are like, go, go, go. And there will be other months where maybe it's different. I like to say, well, if this business were on a 1 to 10 scale, 1 meaning, you know, kind of sitting on a couch, and 10 being locking yourself in a room, charging hell with a bucket of water, is like, go, 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 go towards your goals. Cup month, probably for a lot of y'all, clearly, because you were killing it, was like an 8, 9, 10. Most of the leaders that I work with, they are living at a 6 to 7. That's where they live, knowing that there will be months where they're at an 8, 9, 10. But guess what? There will be some months of healing, months of grieving, where you're at a 1, 2, 3. The thing is, like a boss, we get back to that 6 to 7. That's where we live. And another really cool thing is that you get to define what that 6 to 7 means for you specifically. What you do today and tomorrow and the next day will determine where you're at next year, but not because you did it perfectly. It's going to be because you did it, period. So I think that story of skydiving also aligns, because in any business and in life, there will be moments that literally take your breath away, right? There will be bad days and there will be good days, days where you're like, I am on top, I'm I'm feeling like a boss, like talk about consistency. I did that. I've been living at 67. I was at my 8, 9, 10. I'm back at 67. I'm impacting lives. I'm getting all these wins. I'm collecting them. My coaches are getting wins. They're changing other people's lives. Like, whoop, 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 whoop. You're seeing your coaches thrive. They're working the strategy, like so much. And then all of a sudden, somebody quits. And then they try to poach people. Maybe it was even your one and only diamond that you had. You aren't defined by any of that. You're defined by your pursuit and in the after, and how you pick yourself up after heartache. Heartache in life and heartache in this business. How you set new goals as soon as you hit that big goal that you didn't think was possible, right? We heard people who hit Success Club for the first time, who hit Emerald and Success Club in their first month of coaching. Like, maybe you were like, I didn't know if that was possible. Like, hello. But then you set a new goal immediately, and then you go after it with a crazy belief that you will reach that new goal. How you pick yourself up when you drop rank. How you pick yourself up after you pour so much into a new coach GSR, and then they quit and then they ghost you. How you look at those things as things to help you grow, not to make you quit or slow down or feel unworthy or feel like you're less than an emerging leader or a leader, or you're not a change maker. You are all those things. You're not defined by that. You're only defined by how you get back up. Because we got some lives to impact. 75 people, like, whoa. And to know that there are even more who are waiting on you specifically. They're waiting on your story. They're waiting on your invite. They're waiting on your follow-up. We cannot let a person hold us back from our own personal vision, but from us potentially helping someone else realize their vision. That may be when you rely on your parachutes. And your parachutes, they're knowing without a shadow of a doubt that you were meant for this, and you were meant to achieve your vision, and that there is potential for more, and that you and this team that you're creating, you were even meant for the ups and downs that has come with it. And that's in your personal development, and that's in your affirmations, and that's in reminding yourself of your why. Identifying what your why is. And your why is, the thing that gets you going, get you started, that gets you back up after heartache, that reminds you of what this is all about, what you're doing this for. That's your personal vision. That's beginning to collect your wins, WINS, your wins in a wins binder. And that is a virtual or tangible binder, literally filled with how you are impacting people. So you can go back, thumb through it, and remind yourself who the heck you are, and what you're doing, and what you're capable of, and the impact that you're making because you get back up, and because you're believing in yourself, and you're doing that work every single day to make your vision a reality. Because a lot of times, your belief in yourself is truly the thing that inspires other people to believe in themselves. How you get back up when you've been knocked down, when your breath was literally taken away publicly, how you get back up and how you believe in yourself, that's what inspires other people to believe that they can do it too. That's impact. Your parachute is showing up no matter what, no matter life, nor death, nor pandemic, nor a hater, nor a quitter, nor what society says success should look like. And I'm talking about your physical transformation, your mental transformation, your financial transformation. What I mean by that is, for instance, I work out 5 days a week, and my goal is not to lose weight. My goal is for this booty to be on fleek, okay? But if your goal is not to lose weight, then tell what your story is. Don't let society dictate what your transformation should look like. Maybe it's your shoulders or your face, right? Like, you don't allow society to say that this is what your transformation should look like. You tell them what you're going for, what your goals are, and then you share your transformation with them. So don't let society dictate what success should look like physically. And definitely, as we're talking about, maybe some of you we call doctor. You've gone through all these years of school. You've gone through all these certifications, and we have all this all these things that we're learning and unlearning about ourselves. And we realize at the end of it all that we're not passionate about all the learning, what we just went to school for all those years. We want to do something else. And this is what you've identified to be the vessel for you to reach that vision that you have for yourself, that you have reclaimed. One, I think it's inspiring for you to reclaim that vision. But two, we can't let society dictate that mental transformation and how you have evolved from what you wanted to do to where you are. And dually, as we talk about unlearning things, we can't allow the same society that caused this trauma tell us how to heal from it. Yes, I'm going to this conference. Yes, I'm on this call right now because we're talking about how to be salt and light in this earth. And we definitely can't let society dictate what financial success should look like. I love hearing the stories of coaches who, for the first time, were able to pump gas and walk away. Like put the pump in the gas tank and walk away. I don't know if anybody else has experienced like, all right, $6 exactly, and then walk away. Like, I don't know about you, but I've heard stories of that. You know, I love hearing the stories of how life really changed real quick. And all of a sudden, mortgage was due, childcare was due. And there was an opportunity to be able to support those things because of this. And Beachbody doesn't guarantee any income, right? Which I love the fact that it is based on your input. It's based on what you're willing to put in. That's what you get out. It's based on your diligence. It's based on it's based on your skill. It's based on those things that you're willing to do to make your actions match your goals. But what I'm saying is we cannot allow society to dictate what our financial success should look like. And it's important for us to be willing to share those stories of how Beachbody is a vessel for you to transform holistically. Relying on your parachutes is definitely relying on your team, on this sisterhood. People that you have not even met in person. Like, you are not here by chance. You were meant to be here on this incredible team that is truly about the right, that is truly about the lives being changed and impacted and evolving holistically and loving yourself right where you're at and still wanting to be a better version of yourself holistically for your family and to break generational curses. Be inspired by them and how they worked through a new baby, moving across the country, marriage, divorce, death, a new niche, reaching goals and not knowing how to evolve that vision because you didn't even think that you were going to reach that first vision, or how they worked through setting goals and missing them, and so on and so on. They don't have two heads. They have similar adversity, come from similar backgrounds, have similar stories. They start, similar to you. Work with them. Use their systems, use their templates. You're on this team for a reason. It really is simple. The hardest part is the doing. But like I said earlier, chances are there are opportunities for you to lean on your team and to do it. So do that. And understanding that this team seriously is on the front line. I love our mission, helping people achieve their goals to live a healthy, fulfilling life. But I think that sometimes we think it's one-sided. We think that it's just about the physical transformation. This team, this organization is on the front line of helping people achieve their goals holistically. And so they have the resources, they have the knowledge, and they're right there with you, figuring it out at the same time, how to get to their next level too. So link arms together and jump. Take your leap of faith. You know your goals. You have the strategy, absolutely. And be nimble with implementing things, right? Because we'll work something, we'll implement. The foundations are the same from person to person, niche to niche, doesn't matter. But how we implement them, that's what's a little bit different. And that's actually where you lean on your team. But what I do as a coach development mentor, we are an extension of your team. And so let's say you've heard different ways and you've tried different ways, you've given it 100 days before you course corrected. And then you come to your coach development mentor and you say, how are other coaches doing XYZ? How are they implementing XYZ? That's where we come in. But let me tell you, chances are your team has it. And it's just about doing and trying it. And in 100 days coming back and reflecting and being okay with making those changes, especially as people who may have like done everything that you've ever tried successfully in that first time. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs in this entrepreneurship journey. But most importantly, make the commitment that no matter what, you will show up every single day with the relentlessness, knowing that you are going to use the resources to make this work for you, for the sisterhood that you're creating, and for the sisterhood that you are a part of. Because what the sisterhood means is that you guys are impacting lives. So Courtney, do you mind allowing me to share my screen? Because I want to just etch this image in your brain of taking a literal leap of faith. Because ultimately, that's what I'm encouraging guys to do, is to link arms and to take your leap of faith.
You just gotta do it. Just take the leap of faith and just do it. Woo! Look at that!
So, who is in with linking arms and taking our leap of faith towards everything you've envisioned for yourself? All in. I love it. Here for it. Yes. Yes. All right, Court, that's all I have.
Wow, honestly, I had chills for so much of that call, and just seeing you take that leap and go through those motions, I was like, is this her thumbs down? Is this her thumb? That was really, really cool to finish it that way and see your moment. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to our team. Honestly, it means so much, and I'm just so excited for them to be able to feel this in person so soon. But I think that, my biggest takeaway, and ladies, we're going to do announcements after we say bye to Keichun, but I want to thank you for that 6 to 7 analogy, because I think that a lot of people put a lot of pressure on themselves to be at 8, 9, 10. And they think that everyone's at 8, 9, 10. And why can't I be at 8, 9, 10? And I just really, really loved that analogy. I think that it will sit with a lot of women on our team. So thank you so much for your time. We will let you go, and we will hope to see you so soon, Keichun. Thank you so much.
We will see each other soon. Mwah. Let's do this, guys. I cannot wait to celebrate you guys in person and virtually. So thanks, Courtney. Thanks, Erin. Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much. Wow. Wow. All right, ladies. We have some exciting announcements. I didn't want to keep her on or at the beginning, but I think that I will start with the most exciting one. You know, being at those events, like I know you're probably so overhearing us say it, like I get it, I need to get to an event, but more than anything, we want to be together. So we have come up with a retreat to get together. So Beachbody Summit is in July. They haven't announced that it's going to be virtual, but like, let's be honest, it's most likely virtual. So we are hosting an event in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, and I know that that will not work for everybody, but hear me out. There will still be something special for you, for anybody that qualifies for this event. It's going to be a diamond retreat, and it's going to be at Aaron's Lake House. We're super excited. We're going to make it beyond special. Like, we've already been brainstorming all the things that we want to spoil you with and activities we want to do. It is going to be over the days of Summit. So we will spend some of that time watching Summit virtually together. We're going to have a photo shoot, and like, it's just, it'll be all the incredible things. So we wanted to give everybody an opportunity to qualify to come to that. In order to qualify to come to that retreat, you need to be an active diamond for 10 weeks in Q2. So Q2 starts April 7th. So your last week to qualify for this retreat would be April 28th, and then you would need to hold it for 10 weeks. Or if you start April 7th, you know, then you could hold it. So anybody that's already diamond, you just need to make sure that you're active and you hold for the 10 weeks in Q2. Anybody that's pushing to diamond, use this as motivation. And if you're not in Ontario and this is not a possibility for you to join, please know that you will get the most magical care package, and you will be made to feel super, super special and included, I promise. And we will have you virtually at the retreat and stuff like that. So yeah, we're really, really excited. I don't care what the heck needs to happen to make this happen, but we are doing it. So be prepared to get COVID tests and, you know, like all the things that we need to do, we are going to do to be in person together for that retreat. So yeah, anything else on the diamond retreat, Erin?
I was just saying in the chat, just that Crush Nation is doing one at the exact same time, and their qualifications are the exact same. We've really aligned so that it's parallel, it's the same. If you're in a position, theirs is going to be in Muskoka. Everybody is welcome. If you qualify, you're welcome to go to their retreat. If that's closer for you, more convenient for your family, if that works better for you, like, don't feel as though you have to come to ours over theirs, whatever. There's no judgment, qualms, or anything like that. So we are obviously very excited and want all of you there. So we want to give you as much notice as possible so you can freaking make it happen.
Yeah. Okay, second thing, and we'll put those dates and details again. We'll do a post up and put it in the group. Second thing, we are going to start action hours probably like basically every night, but I think more in attendance Monday to Thursday, Monday to Friday, whatever, at 8 p.m. So I have set up, sorry, all the noise. I have set up the Zoom to be kind of like the morning Zoom where anyone can get on at any time. And basically you just get on and you work. Erin, I need you to take over. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so ultimately it will be a working hour where you come on and you are supported by the other people who are also on the Zoom. Everybody's kind of on mute doing their own thing. Everybody's working. If you have a question, you can add it to the chat or take yourself off mute. You have people there supporting you. There will be times where I'm there or Courtney or another Diamond leader is there and can say, hey, this is what I'm doing. What are you guys doing? Like, to help guide you or if you have questions. But ultimately, it's a self-led working hour. I've been doing them every morning at 9 a.m. Monday through Friday. And everybody is welcome to join in on that. that, it works really well. It's almost like, for me, it's like an accountability thing. Like, I know I'm starting my day at 9 o'clock. Other people are there. I'm trying to be there at 9. And the same thing will go at the nighttime thing. We'll have it open at 8 and it'll probably stay open till 10. So if you are like committed to those are your office hours, then commit to those being your office hours and saying, I'm signing on to that Zoom at 8 o'clock. And that's your accountability. And that's what you do to like keep yourself focused on getting the work done. There's so many great things in this business, but at the end of the day, it comes down to you doing the work. It comes down to you connecting. It comes down to you talking to people. It comes down to you inviting. So if you're not doing, yes, EST, if you're not doing the things, it's not gonna happen for you. Yes, EST, but Courtney, what are the hours that you have the Zoom? Like, ultimately, I think it's just gonna be open, right?
Yeah, like I set it so that it expires at like 1 a.m. PST or something like that. And I will be getting on at, around 7:30 PST. So just get on, and put it in Coach Corner or whatever chat you're in, put it in there. Like, I'm on, guys, someone come on, and if you get on and you're alone, don't hop off. Stay on, because someone else might get on, right? And get in the chat and be like, who needs to work? Who's not as successful yet? Like, let's do this together. I think that it's something that we've been missing, that we can be really powerful at in helping each other. So yeah, so that's every night now.
So don't expect that it's going to be like the guided power hours where there's somebody there dictating every step of the way. It's a time for accountability. It's for you to be there and like working, but know that there are going to court mute yourself, but there are going to be other coaches on there. So if you have a question, like, ask. This is a community. We're all in this together. The whole point of the sisterhood is collaboration, partnership, support, mentorship. So if you're on there and somebody has a question, you know the answer, share, like lean in, help each other. Same thing goes for the morning Zoom for workouts. Like, I try to be on there every morning at 6 a.m. It helps me. It keeps me focused. It keeps me on a schedule. It keeps me accountable. So use this for your accountability. Figure out what time you're going to start working and be on the Zoom. And I guarantee you'll start seeing the same people on the Zoom. You'll start making relationships with those people, and you'll friggin' hold each other accountable in this business. So we're going to put that up there Monday through Thursday, I think. Or did you do it through Friday? And we'll see how it goes.
It's every day. Yeah, it's every day. But I'm just like, who's working on Friday night? I mean, I do sometimes because of COVID, but, for the most part, like Monday to Thursday. Yeah. Okay. Last announcement is the BFF promo code. I know most of you know about it. So if you enrolled in January or February, then you would have received this promo code for $40 off. I just wanted to bring it to your attention. Like, if you enrolled a spouse, they also have that in your email. Like, my mom enrolled in February, so I got her promo code. If you have any discount coaches that enrolled in January or February, I would even send them a message and be like, hey, just wanted to let you know that you got an email for $40 off to share with a friend. Do you have anybody that might be interested? And maybe have them get into enrolling activities. If they're like, oh no, none of my friends want to join, then say, cool, can I have it? I'll send it to another woman that would love to join, right? So it might help you open those conversations, but really try to utilize those codes. I mean, I'll also say in the same token, like, we know it's never about the money. Like, I put on my stories last night, like, I'll give this promo code to the first person that says I'm in. Nobody said I'm in. So if you're like, nobody answers my polls, nobody says anything, like, I'm with you. But it's worth a shot, and there is somebody out there that needs the savings, so I would dig back into your lists, into the people that you think could benefit from this, but might be holding themselves back because of their financial situation, and reach out and do that. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for hopping on tonight. Honestly, like, showing them how powerful our team is will give our team opportunity within corporate, and some great things happen, when we link arms there. So really appreciate all you guys and your energy tonight. See you soon.